Hello, folks. This is Armis71. I have something here that might be a game changer to some of you. Not all of you, but some of you who play Beyond All Reason. If you care about replays, then this is the app for you. It's a standalone app, so you actually don't need bar to run it. It's a standalone, but it's recommended that you run bar along with it. It goes hand in hand. What it does is actually manage your replay. So I know some of you will have several thousand replays in there, depending on how long you play. And replays are saved in different ways. So you have the multiplayer replays where you play with other people. There's always a skirmish replay where you play by basically by yourself offline, and you play against AI or raptors or scavengers. And then you have games where you spectate, where your name is not actually in the replay because you're just watching 8 or 16 other people play, and you're not even in the replay. But it's that's also safe. So I mean, that's this is what I love about the game. It's the quality of life. The replay is easily accessible, and you also have testing. Sometimes I test with the inactive AI where it doesn't do anything, so I could do my tests. So you keep doing that, you're gonna accumulate thousands of replays. And if you care about your replays, if you wanna, you have good memories about a game with your friends, or a great victory, a great comeback, then this is the app for you. Right. So let me introduce my standalone app called Bar Replay Demo Manager. And there it is right there. So this demo manager is designed to work at least on a 1920 by 1080. Right. So let's start when you first install this app. It basically looks for your demo folder, your data demos folder, where all your replays are at. And if it can't find it, it will ask you, and you could browse to the folder. Because I know some of us like to install it, in a different place compared to a default. So this app looks for the default usually, where the demos are at, but you could always browse for it. And then once it finds it, it will scan all the replays, and then it'll say, oh, wait a minute, Armis71, you seem to be in every replay for the most part. So is that you? And then you say yes. So now managing a replays is going to be based on you. So in my part, it would be Armis71. Then you could always do a refresh state right here. If you do a refresh, it will rescan all the files again, all the replays. So now when you look at it, it'll say playing as Armis71, so that's me. And then the total demos, I have 215, 0 in trash. Then there's an unreadable one because some replays will be unreadable and corrupted. And that's a good reason for you to use this app to delete it more efficiently but faster. And then you have the filter active. We'll talk about that. And then we have the favorites that you could save. So let's go to our cleanup. The first option here is to delete demos with anonymous, like player name. Usually if you go to skirmish, you're not online. So when you play a barbarian or something, your player name is going to be player, because you have to be online to have your real name on the replay. Let's click on that, and then it will search all the files that has player as the main guy in the replay, and it found 10. So all of these replays listed here is basically all the games I played skirmish, not online, and it has replay as the name. If you want to delete that, you could just, it found 10, move it to the trash. And of course, everything in this app is reversible. It doesn't really delete any demos or any replays unless you click empty trash right here. And it will give you two are you sure warnings. Okay. because once you delete it, it's like you're deleting it. And of course, that if that is your main goal, fine. But I would leave it so I could restore it. And if when I'm absolutely sure, then I delete it, then of course you clear your hard drive of space, right? So the second one is called delete spectated only demos. So basically, these are all the demos where you went and spectated. You didn't even play on that replay. You just spectated. It doesn't really, for me, that's not really a value for me to keep because I just spectated. So anyway, it found one because I've cleaned already before this. There's only one where I actually spectated. If you go back to the game right here, it's this one. See, I have, my name is not even here. I just spectated this game. So it found it right here. So move it to trash. Now, like I said, you want to run bar and this utility at the same time because whatever changes you do here, I just deleted that. This run right here, but you have to refresh it to see the result right there. So you notice it was gone. So that's actually in the trash now. Okay. So all of these are basically the 204 that's left. Then let's keep on deleting. Delete demos with inactive AI. So if there's any inactive AIs in there due to my testing, I of course I don't want to keep that. It's useless to keep that. Anyway, I already deleted it. Okay, so it didn't find anything. Let's go to clean up corrupt unreadable demos, and I've cleaned that too. So it's gonna not find anything. No corrupt. And then this one is a special case because I noticed when I had 1,000 demos, 40% of it was incomplete games that just accumulated. So I even had games that lasted for 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, even 10 minutes. 10 minutes usually is a game that didn't complete, because usually games are a little longer than that. Even on 101, it's, probably 25 maybe is the quickest. Of course, you have like an hour game, but anyway, you click on this and it'll ask you how many minutes you want. So let's filter out, let's look for any game that's 10 minutes. Okay. So it's going to search for all the game. Now this is going to take a little bit longer because it's got to search more, I guess. But we'll get there. It's not that slow unless you have like 2 million replays, right? Anyway, so the first thing you do if you use this tool is to do a cleanup, get rid of all this. Okay, anyway, so this is all the replays that lasted less than 10 minutes. So these are all 10-minute replays or less. Probably some of them probably oh, well, it actually tells you, like this guy right here, 8 minutes, 5 minutes, 9 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Yeah, so let's move that to the trash. Okay, so I have 40 in the trash because of all the cleanup I did here. Now the demos, it gets reduced to 175. Let's go to filters. So filters is one thing that you're gonna interact mostly with the game's replays. So let's see here. Let's do, since I have 175 demos available, I could do a refresh. This is actually 175 right here. If you keep going all the way down and you click more, that's 175. Let's do squad filter. So let me search for a friend of mine that I always play with, JB_nemesis. But I'm gonna type in his name incomplete. Press enter. It's gonna search for his name. It'll say JB_nem doesn't exactly match. Did you mean this guy? Yeah, that's him right there. So I click, yeah, that's him. Then it'll say 106 demos match, 69 will be hidden. So I click yes, and it reminds me to refresh bar's replay list. So yes. So it even tells you right here, 69 moved, and then 106 left visible on the activity log right here. So right now I have 106 with JB in it. Let's refresh this and it'll reflect the change that we did. Now every replay listed here has JP in it. Okay. I could even add more players. Let's say I want JB and then Manny, another friend of mine who I play with all the time. And it's not even his complete name, but let's do so yes, okay, it found 69, which is the what we had before. Restore everything first, then apply the well, you know what? I don't want to restore everything. I want to keep it to whatever's filtered right now, but with not just with JB, but with Manny in it. Okay. So I will say no, keep it active. So basically, if I say no, I'm narrowing it down to to um to JB and Manny. Okay. Then it says yeah, it of course since I typed them incomplete, it'll ask me again, did you mean JB? Yes. Did you mean Manny X47? Yes. And then there you go. So there's 70 demos. There's 70 demos with JB and Manny together. Click yes, and then refresh this. Now you have every game in here has Manny and JB. Okay, so you could narrow on the filter. You could narrow down to players in the replay. You could even narrow it down to a map. So let's do it. Let's do a filter where it has JB on it, Manny on it, and then a map, a certain map. So let's try Tundra. I could actually expand this. I could, if I could remember, JB and Manny and I we played on this Tundra map. Okay, so let me do apply filter. Okay, so it says here a filter is already active, 105. Restore everything. No, I want to keep it, or I want to keep stacking my filters. So I say no. So it's going to search for. Okay, so look at that. There wasn't a map where I played with Manny and JB in Tundra. Okay, let's try something else. Maybe Reef. Okay, so maybe if the list is long, I'm going to search for Reef. And I say no. And it says, did you mean Reef's Special Reef 1.0? Yes. And whoa, look at that. There's one. So I click yes, and I close this. So now I have filtered the map reef, the Special Reef with Manny and JB in there, and it would show you just one. There it is. Look at that. Notice that the total demos I have on display is just one. And this is it right here, right? You know, that helps you instead of scrolling through endless pages in the built-in replay page in the game. You could use this utility to narrow down a replay with two of your friends and in a certain map. Now, if you go here to favorites, in order for favorites to work, you have to use the filter to narrow it down. You can't favorite every replay, obviously. So you have to narrow it down to one or two or several or 10, and then you could add them to your favorite. Now that we have only one replay here that's on display, let's go to favorites, add current visible demos to favorites. So basically we're talking about this. So I will add it. I'll add all one. Yes. All right. This is the one. This is the game where JB and Manny, and I want to keep it as a favorite, and I could edit the note. You could add a note in here. This was the game where we were cornered and I don't know how to spell, fought back and won. Okay, so it's got notes here. So that's your favorite. So as long as you don't mess around with the files in here, that's always going to be in the favorites folder. So you could always bring this back, show favorites, you know, all right. This is a great feature that you could all of a sudden just refresh and then you have it filtered out and then you'll see this. Okay, so, let's go back to, no, let's not go back. So we've done that. Let's do win-loss. Now, I do have just one file, actually. So actually, we need to go back. So let's restore everything from the filter. I'm not restoring the deleted, the deleted aren't trash. Okay, so I didn't restore. I'm restoring just the filter. So now we're back to 175. So that will, if I do a refresh, it's back to where it was after it's cleaned up. It was cleaned up. Right now, you could actually do this. It doesn't matter when you want to do it, but if there was just one of demo, then probably won't be as good. So you want to have a lot, so you could search for your win-loss record. So if you look here, it scanned 175 demos, win-loss record. It'll tell you based on 175. Then it'll tell you win-loss. I have 90 or 90 losses, 55. Wait, 90 wins, 55 losses, based on the demo that's visible, right? And then it'll tell you a totals right here, unknown. So there's actually 30 unknown. That means unknown replay that doesn't have a data of who won. Probably you quit before the game ended, stuff like that. Okay. It'll tell you here. So I played JB against JB. It's 3 wins. Okay, against Manny, 3 wins, but I lost 9 and I lost 7 to Manny. I swear they don't fight each other. Okay. All right. So, and then you have records for your wins. I have 85 wins and 49 losses against Barbarian, and then you have the Raptors and you know. So this is kind of fun. Is obviously it's not official because it's based on whatever demos you have on that is being displayed. Anyway, so thank you for if you hung around this far on the video. Anyway, settings. Like again, if you have a different demos folder, then you could browse for it. This will be at the beginning when you install, and the first time you play, you open this utility. It will ask you for the folder, or it'll find it itself. And then the player name, obviously, you could change it. And then there's also a dark mode, okay? And then it'll just give you more info here about like the what folder is the trash folder, the temp filter, scan, replace, and stuff like that. So anyway, this is the bar replay demo manager standalone that you can use in tandem with the bar within the bar replay page. And if you're the type of person that loves replays, like to keep them, manage them, this is the best way to do it. And before we go, so this is available in GitHub. I will give you the link. Let's go to my GitHub page right here. Let's get rid of that one. So this is my GitHub page for the bar replay scanner. Where is it now? All right, so right here. So this is the zip file. Previously, I had just one file in there, the exe, but when I did a virus total, it sends like 5 or 7, what do you call that, red alerts that it might be possible for a virus. Actually, it's a false detection of the virus, and that was because the game has this certain tool that that extracts and compresses files, because it's got to manage the replays and all that, and also the exe has all the built-in. You don't need to install Python in there, so it's all there, and it gets I forgot the word because someone just came in here. Okay, so anyway, all right. So I I reprogrammed the game where now instead of just one exe file, it will have another folder that has all the other files needed in that pass the virus total scan. If you go here, this is the virus total scanner here. So out of 66 virus scanners, it found nothing, and that was because it doesn't use that tool anymore that does the compressing and the I don't know what you call it. I think the tool's called UPX or something like that. So this game, this standalone game, is very safe because VirusTotal found nothing after I stopped using that tool that comes with basically creating the exe file. So now it's gonna have to come with several other files in another folder, but you're not worried about viruses or anything because it passed everything in here. So this tool is very safe. Anyway, so thank you for watching. This is the bar replay demo manager standalone that works hand in hand with bar to manage and manipulate, filter, and add favorites to your replay games. Okay, so thanks for watching.